Is this it? There we go. Hello everybody and welcome back to Elden Ring. I thought I'd start this video off by getting that armor set I talked about. I said that I was going to steal his fit. I wanted to follow up on that. I really thought I knew where it was. One death and 12 minutes of running in circles later, I finally found it. I got a couple of cool items on the way, at least. I got another golden seed. I got a unique helmet, which I'm not going to wear because it's so ugly. It increases intelligence for a little less stamina. Not that bad. And then I got another whetstone blade, which I think goes perfectly with my build. Grants affinity, upgrade to weapon for magic type. So frost or magic. So that is perfect. But there we go. We got his entire outfit. His weapon, his shield. I don't have the stats for the sword yet. We just need one more intelligence. We can do that right now with the 50 grand from that boss fight that I almost lost with my one death. But at least we found it. Yeah, I really thought I knew where it was, and I walked right past it at least once or twice. Okay, I'm going to head back to the round table hold. See if we can get any upgrades on this. New items can be purchased from the Twin Maiden Husks. Oh, I like the cape on this so much. That's so cool. Speaking of Twin Maiden Husks, that's another thing on our to-do list. We have to explore the round table hold, talk to the merchants. I imagine they have something we'll want. I don't remember all that they sell. They probably sell some smithing stones, probably sell some basic items that are going to be very useful. Okay, one thing I'm very happy about is even with the katana equipped as well, my carry weight is fine. And I did equip the talisman that enhances chain attacks. I decreased Radagons. I unequipped Radagon Scarcy. I'm going to re-equip that, because that is just such a useful one. I'm really torn between the final hit of chain attacks and the HP boost. Because 40 health, 39 technically, is nothing to scoff at. That's a decent chunk of health. That's a couple levels at least, 2-3 levels. And I guess I don't know how much that damage buff is on this chain attack, but I'm going to keep the chain attacks. Just because if I am going to make any use out of this sword, I think that'll be very useful. Let's see if we can get some upgrades out of this. It should just take regular. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, it does take somber smithing. I was about to say, I think it just takes regular, but I think it is considered a unique weapon, so I'm not sure. But that does make me happy, because we can upgrade these two at the same time, because they don't take materials away from each other. Upgrading the katana is not a waste, because it doesn't take away from the Carrion Knight Sword. Okay. So I think a +3 of this and a +7 of this are about equivalent, because the somber upgrades will have half as many. Let's see what the damage numbers are. 203 and 292. And it's 292 for this, but that also is split damage. So it's going to go through their damage like resistance and damage negations twice. So it's going to shave a bit off there in the final product, how much damage I'm doing. But it still should be more overall, more damage. I'm really happy about that, actually. Because I thought this would just take the normal upgraded materials. I thought I wouldn't be able to get any use out of it. Okay. And there's Gideon. I don't feel like dealing with any of that. Maybe we'll have to do part of his quest. We'll find out. Burnhall's bell bearing, yes. Doesn't have anything particularly useful, but we murdered him in cold blood a little bit for his weapon. The Flask of Wondrous Physic. Okay. I honestly completely forgot about that. It's something that we were meant to grab in the open world. And I think we've just gotten far enough. We can go to the capital now. So they're like, okay, if you're going to the capital and you still haven't picked this up, just fucking buy it. That is so useful. Another memory stone, so we get another spell. Okay. And then we got some cool weapons here. But none of this I particularly need. I'll take the Stone Sword keys, because who knows if we'll need that. I'm going to leave the rest alone. It is very exciting. Okay, so I'll have to replace the wolves then. Then we have Renala's remembrance. I hesitated because it's technically Ronnie we fought at the end there. It's her spell, trying to protect her mother. Okay, let's mix our physics together. So we need the Opaline Bubble Tear. Significantly negates damage and mix. But what that just means is you get a free hit. Gives you a magical bubble. Protects you from any hit. Doesn't matter if it's Consort Radon or Soldier of Godric. You get a free hit. And steadily restores HP. That's not great. But it's something. I'd rather just a straight heal. Restore 50% of health. And then gives me a free hit. And that's what okay. But health over time is better than nothing. And then we'll get another level or two. Okay, one thing is I don't remember how to use the remembrances. Okay, wait. I just looked over here. This is how we use it. I looked over here and I said, I have no reason to come talk.
Only once before have I seen two great runes together. Look there. The fingers shudder with exuberance. Fine work, brave Tarnished. The greater will is pleased. You have earned the right to become Elden Lord. Now, seek the Erd Tree and an audience with Queen Marika to become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order. The fingers expect as much from you as they do young Gideon. Take this, a token of farewell. Now, go forth, become Elden Lord.
Oh, it is so good I came in here. Another talisman pouch. I don't have to go back and forth on which one I want now. It is perfect. It looks like such a little amount of health when you see that little extra I gained at the top there, but multiple levels more of health. That's what matters there.
You have...
Okay. Receive power. Now, is this a legendary spell? I'm going to look at my list, see if this is something I need. Otherwise, I'm definitely taking that staff. Needs what, 40 intelligence? 60 intelligence. Whew. Okay, no, we need Ronnie's Dark Moon. We do not need Renala's Full Moon. So we are good to take the staff, which eventually being the key word here.
Now go forth. Let the words of the fingers guide you.
Eventually, that'll be very useful. We gotta at least look at it, because it looks so cool. Yeah, that is 10 out of 10, 100% an improvement over the staff we had before, looks-wise. And it matches the armor, too, because it's the Carian Regal Scepter. Carian Knight Armor, Carian Knight Shield, Carian Knight Sword. It all matches. We just need a quick and simple. 42 more intelligence. We just need to over triple our intelligence. So nothing huge. This should get us our 3rd level. Which, as much as I need intelligence, I think I need more into vigor. With where we're going, we're going to need the health. So I think it's time we head to Caelid. Because there's a whole list of legendaries over there. And we got to pay Radahn a visit too. Death-touched catacombs. I figure here's a good spot. And then we'll just continue along. That might be closer. I just hesitate because I don't want to start underground. But you probably just walk up 10 stairs and you're back. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to... Okay, I have the ashes on my bar at least. I'm gonna take this off. Because if I'm using FP, I might as well just do a spell. I'm taking that off just for ease of, you know, my throwables for if I run out of spells of FP. Throw that on. Okay, so we got our spirit ashes on the bar. All our flasks and our horse there. Because these are all things used mid-combat. The spirits are used once at the beginning of combat. It's less urgent. I can activate it and forget about it. The rest of these are very in the moment. Oh, there's Alexander. Is his Great Shard a legendary talisman? It is not. Oh, but I still really want it. Because with the katana's Ash of War, and probably this sword's Ash of War, that would be extremely useful to have. And honestly, I just miss Alexander. It's been so long since I played this game.
Can you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck. Hello? Hello? Anyone? Oh, my stars. I'm so happy to see you. I am Alexander, also known as the Iron Fist. And as you can see, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this? My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. And I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. No, there's no need to fret. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say.
Now, there's no way I can actually, like, kill him here, right? So if I just... that worked. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking dragonflies. Alright, buddy.
Well played, good sir. Well played. Though that mighty wallop of yours almost spelt the end of me. Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts. I thank you. And as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to have this. Once again, the pleasure is mine. I am the warrior Jar known as Alexander. Iron Fist Alexander, in fact. I journey to the east, where I intend to further my education in the ways of war. And beyond these lands lie the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid wilds. And upon their southern edge is Redmane Castle, in which a festival of combat is being held. I'd heard whispers of such festivities before. Doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter? I'm heading eastward to Redmane Castle, on the southern edge of the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid wilds. I've heard there's to be a festival held there.
Oh, I forgot about the Scarlet Rot. No, that won't help. I remembered the crazy health and damage everything in Caelid has. I forgot about the fucking rot. Alright, buddy, we'll see you there. I'm getting so much nostalgia for him, for the DLC. It makes me think of those caves and dungeons where you see them making the jars. Oh, that's so messed up. Because correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it just innocent people, vaguely innocent people, that they're just like mutilating, experimenting on, and stuffing into the jars, turning them into a new thing, the jars? Because they think the people aren't worthy, aren't holy, aren't whatever. So they make them saints by putting them in the jars. Am I right about that? Because it's America's people that they put in the jars. I remember that. I just don't know if America's people did something first to upset them, or if America's people didn't do anything negative until they, like, took revenge. Now, this is just a normal enemy. Not the boss version, but I feel like we fought a couple of those, and they were much harder fights. This sword feels strong so far. Smithing stone once. Okay. You can tell I'm back in Limgrave. Oh, I see Caelid already. A pretty, pretty barren orange wasteland in the distance. Is that castle right there? That's not Redmane Castle, right? Is that where the big dragon is? I feel like there's a bunch of forts across Caelid. I'm definitely not thinking of the right thing. I'm gonna poke the bear. Okay, I'll fight you. Because I feel like I do decent damage. It's just, yeah, I can't buff this with magic, because it already has the magic. So the katana might do more damage when buffed. But this does more damage by default. Charge up. Oh, I thought that had more range. He moved pretty far away, to be fair. Okay, yeah, that did decent damage. Yeah, I tried to get on the horse. I tried to move out of the way. I wasn't fast enough. I feel like I did enough damage to his health. He's gonna teleport somewhere any second now. Yeah, there he goes. Get my mana back. Or where are you, buddy? There you are. I got this. I can finish him off before he goes. There we go. There we go. I got a little gritty. Played it a little risky there. Because he does okay damage. Skeletal Militiaman Ashes. I don't think I need those at all. The Death Root's nice, but I don't plan on collecting all of the Death Root, because he doesn't give me anything legendary, right? Let me look at my list. Yeah, I'm 95%, 99% confident that I don't need to do the Death Root shit. Okay, okay. There's nothing that guy's gonna give me that I'm gonna actually use, because I don't do incantations. And there's nothing legendary he gives. It would be cool to do it, just for, like, the lore. To see the new dialogue when we actually fight Malekith, but Oh well. Yeah, just consumable souls here, which I'm picking up. It might take like 10 grand to get a level. It's more like 15. No, it's only 9.5. But if I get like a grand or two here, right? Solid progress to a level. Okay, I'm starting to get off track. The Spirit Spring should get me back up there. I was so close. Poke the bear. Oh, I one-shot him. Okay. I really am in, like, the starter area. Maybe I am ready for Caelid. I really don't feel like I am. But, you know, I've killed a couple demi-gods. I'm doing pretty good damage. Maybe I'm there. Level 39. I don't know. We'll see. There's no point guessing. I'm not gonna waste the time looking up the recommended level or whatever. Is this where I get invaded up here? Side of the road? I think so. And then, is there a grace in there for me too? This is my welcoming party to Caelid. I'm ready. So one of Moog's guys, or I think it's a girl. Okay. Now, if I remember right, the lore on this person, they've been in every Dark Souls game. And I think it was when they were developing the first Dark Souls, like a player invaded the developers while they were working on the game. Like, it wasn't supposed to be public yet, I don't think. But they, like, hacked into it or somehow got access, invaded the developers. Correct me if I'm wrong on the story. But then they just added that character in as, like, a invading NPC, and it's made it to every, you know, every part in the series, kind of like Patches has. Which is really cool when you know, there's more to it. It's not just a completely random invading NPC. I can get another level here. I need like 200. Good thing we keep picking those up. Okay, that should be enough. I'm going to start going for intelligence. And we will very quickly realize I don't have enough health. But that's a later problem. I'm going to need intelligence if I'm getting anywhere with the sorcery build. Speaking of, what's the scaling on this? D and D. I don't think I've been leveling up the dexterity hardly. Oh, dexterity's one of my highest stats, actually. I think I leveled it up just purely out of requirement. Right, because I already have I have an extra 3 from the Radagon Sword Seal. So it's actually at 18, which was the requirement for the flail? Yes. So my intelligence is higher than my dexterity. My dexterity just has a buff. But even if the intelligence scaling is a little meh on this, we'll see where the strength and dexterity scaling ends up later. And that'll determine which stat we put more points into. But I think we can still use the whetstone, the wet blade, to increase the intelligence scaling. But I don't want to mess up the actual war. Maybe I can't change that at all, just because it's a unique weapon. It takes the somber smithing stones. We'll find out. Oh, those big fuckers are so creepy. Can I hit you from here? No. Oh. Oh, I hit you. I didn't do shit damage-wise. I really thought you'd come up here. I'm not jumping all the way down there. That looks like death. That fall damage would kill me. Do you explode scarlet rot when you die? No? Do they give you scarlet rot from attacking you? I remembered hating those guys. That's all I know. And I don't remember what does what, because I didn't even remember scarlet rot existed. So I'm a little paranoid now. I don't know what. I'm clearly not remembering enough about this area. I'll move on, but this was like the perfect opportunity for this spell. I feel like I've gotten no use out of it since buying it. I had to give it that at least. Oh no, did they eat the trolls? Well, that's fucked up. I can't say shit because I always kill the trolls to get through here, but still. Oh no. Okay, I didn't take any damage from that. Just let me open the chest. I don't have to worry about dying, because I don't have any money to lose anyway, but... Oh. Great sword. Okay. I'm never going to use that shit, but I'm happy we at least succeeded in picking it up. Oh, that was such a risky move. Okay. Oh, all this growth. So gross. Because what is that? It's just fungus from the scarlet rot, right? And do you have mange or something from the scarlet rot? I don't think that's just an albino one. It could be. But I think that's something scarlet rot related that is done to it. Everything in this area is so just infected with it. I wonder what Caelid looked like pre-Scarlet Rot. Because it's so hard to get a grasp on the timeline, the time scale. Because the intro just says, oh, the shattering happened. It made it seem like it was yesterday. But you figure when the shattering happened, Radahn was normal-sized. You know, Morgott had just crawled out of the sewers. You know, he was an unknown figure. All this crazy shit when the shattering happened, that was pre-Scarlet Rot. Because Radahn and... oh, what's her name? My name is whatever, and I've never known defeat, you know? Hardest boss in the game. Pre-DLC. It wasn't until their fight that spread the Scarlet Rot. So you look around and you're like, oh, this is just the area. It's just been like this forever. This is just what this is. But no. Every single consequence you see looking around. The Scarlet Rot infecting Caelid. Radahn becoming huge and then losing his mind to the rot. Even Godric taking over that section of Limgrave. He didn't do that until he was kicked out of the capital during the Shattering. Because he was a demigod. A descendant of Godfrey, he fled to Limgrave and set up his kingdom and started grafting. I don't think he started grafting until after he got his ass kicked in the Shattering. You know? So all these things, that is, oh, these are just pre-established parts about this character. Godric has always been into grafting. Caelid has always been Scarlet Rot. But no, these are fairly recent things in universe. But because there's no death, there's no aging, demigods are immortal. Things that are recent for them, Caelid still could have been like this for hundreds of years, decades. We have no clue. So both things are true. Yes, this has been around forever and it's just part of the culture. But also, yes, it's still a new thing. Because recent times for all these immortal, ageless, undying beings – could still be 200 years. And that's hard to grasp. because that's ancient for us. That's an entire America ago. Generation after generation. But I wonder what Caelid was like pre-Scarlet Rot. Like those dogs. The giant Scarlet Rot dogs. Were those just regular sized dogs that evolved to be huge to like compete and to survive? Kind of like how, like, if you go up way up north, like North Pole, the polar bears, biggest bears on the planet, everything there is huge because you have to be huge and have so much extra meat and body heat and layers of fat to survive in that like Arctic, like cold area. You know, things evolved to survive in that environment. So maybe they evolved to survive after multiple generations to just survive in this Scarlet Rot area. To deal with this shit, you had to be big, you had to be mean, you had to be tough. Okay. Our gigantic, terrifying friend here. He's got feathers. Do all the dragons have feathers, or just this guy? Anyways, this is our next legendary talisman. Holy fuck, he's big. I'll see you in 15 minutes when I finally get his health going. Okay, this isn't taking as long as I thought, because thank God I have the katana. So my strategy here, katana does bleed. Bleed is percent based off his health. So he may have like 250,000 health and I do 80 per hit. But when I inflict bleed, it still does 14 grand of his health. Because it's a percent, it's like a 20%, I think. Maybe 15. Significant either way. So it saves me about 50 minutes of hacking at him. There we go. And cue the 50 grand. I wish I had a talisman or something that increases money gained. Yeah, 50 grand on the dot. I thought it would be 45, 48, something. Okay, so what we got there is we killed the dragon, which allows us to buy his specific spells at the Dragon Cathedral. We got 5 dragon hearts, which is enough to buy, I believe, any spell in the game, as far as dragons go. So that didn't give us a legendary item, but it unlocked a legendary spell at the store, which we can go and pick up at any time we want. What I don't remember is there something good in this fort? I know this fort is always where I'd farm money. Just because those things give so much money. How much? 6 levels. Split it between intelligence and vigor. That feels fair to me. Maybe 1 less vigor and 1 more mind. Because there's not much point upgrading my magic stuff all this huge amount. Just to not be able to cast the spells anyway. Okay, I'm going to run through this real quick. I do enough damage. But I'm going to run through it real quick. Because that's a legendary item right there. That's something right there. I have no clue what it is. But it's got to be good, whatever it is. So I'll see you on the other side. Oh, holy shit. Oh, that was so worth it. I'm so glad I looked in here because I was that close to just walking past. Not only is that a direct upgrade for almost all of our useful stats, that's more health, that's more stamina, that's more equip load, it's more damage on our weapon, but it's a legendary item knocked off the list. Fuck yeah. And there's another, what, 12 grand we made in the process? Alright, knocking it off the list. Okay, I so badly want to take this fight right to Radon. But we don't have enough time in this episode. But what I can do, off camera, I can run to the Dragon Cathedral and cash in and get that spell. That I can fit in this episode. So I'll see you there. We'll knock one more thing off our list. Okay. That felt like a proper boss fight. I felt like I needed another potion or a few levels for that shit. Okay. Now, was that worth 15 minutes of my time? And like 5 extra deaths for the death count for that Ash of War I'm never gonna use? You fucking bet it was. I don't think I can quite get another level, but I'm damn close to that too. Yeah, I do not have a single potion left. I have like 2 more potions that I've ever had in any previous episode. And I'm still out of potions for about 20% of that fight at least.
Buying or selling?
Buying. Never mind on that level. I see stone sword key, I buy. A simple man.
Be well.
Thank you. Oh, what the fuck is that? It's a deathrite bird or whatever they're called. Yeah, I don't think me and my 0 potions are quite ready for that. Okay, but that right there, should be it. And then right here, there's Radon, and there's our legendary item. We are so close. And another golden seed? I'm not complaining. Not even slightly. Well, if I don't die on the way there, I feel so unsafe with 0 potions. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Here we go, here we go. Please don't be a mini-boss in here or something. I am so not ready for that. Oh my god. You're not a mini-boss, but you're not much better. No. Okay. Oh, I'm resting at grace and I still don't feel safe. Oh, he is right there. Okay. Greyall's Roar. For only 3 dragon hearts, I'd say that's a steal. Oh, Jesus. I forgot I had to eat the dragon hearts. Oh, I've never heard those squishing noises through headphones before. Oh, that was awful. An incantation of legendary status. There's another one off the checklist. Alright, there's another one off the list. And just over here. Oh, I see the beam. The beacon. Just through there is Radon. And that's where we'll pick this up on the next episode. Thank you everybody for watching. If you liked what you saw, feel free to like, to subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts on my gameplay, on the game itself, or anything at all you'd like to see me play in the future. And thank you so much for everybody who's been watching. And I'll see you in the next one.